Get 50% off a subscription to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. This Cyber Week only, get unlimited digital access and the award-winning IBJ newspaper at half off. Stay ahead with the stories, insights, and trends shaping Indiana business. But hurry, this deal ends December 5th at midnight. Visit ibj.com/cyberweek to get 50% off your subscription today.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Monday, December 1st, 2025. I'm Gary Dick. Economists suggest Hoosier consumers will be cautious when it comes to spending this holiday shopping season. Nationally, sales are expected to exceed $1 trillion for the first time. But economic uncertainty is weighing on consumers, says IU Kelly retail expert John Talbot.
I think consumers are careful. The National Retail Federation expects this to be the largest spend of all time.
Right.
But consumers are cautious at all income levels. Both those that have more capacity to spend are being more judicious, and then those that are more difficult economic circumstances are going to really watch their pennies this year.
The interim president of the Fort Wayne Common Council is asking Google to hold a public forum to address concerns from residents over a new development related to the company's $2 billion data center currently under construction. Google has filed a request to the Indiana Department of Environmental Management for an air permit that would allow for the acquisition of 179 backup diesel generators to be used at that site. The LaPorte County Plan Commission has formed a committee designed to explore a potential new ordinance related to data center development there. Our partners at WSBT TV, Channel 22, LaPorte County leaders are looking to restrict where such large-scale projects could be located and how they would impact the county. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Indianapolis. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Central Indiana, a powerful morning of ideas, innovation, and insight. Join us at the Westin in downtown Indy, December 11th. All part of our Innovate Indiana series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Indiana's application for a share of the federal government's $50 billion Rural Health Transformation Program lays out a sweeping multi-year plan.
The state is seeking to stabilize struggling hospitals, expand essential local services, and overhaul primary care and health systems across the state's 64 rural counties. The 167-page submission details the state's strategy, described as a collaborative effort to be jointly led by the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration and the Indiana Department of Health. It outlines 12 major initiatives, including a statewide patient transfer coordination hub, significant upgrades to Indiana's health information exchange, and large new regional grants intended to reshape how rural care is delivered. They are also aimed at expanding care access, modernizing technology, improving outcomes for chronic disease, strengthening emergency and maternity care, and supporting behavioral health workforce development. The Rural Health Transformation Program is a 5-year federal initiative with states receiving annual allocations of both formula and competitive funding throughout that period. Half of the annual $10 billion in federal funding will be divided evenly among states with approved plans. The rest will be awarded competitively based on need, program design, and federal scoring criteria. If the federal government approves Indiana's plan, grants and formula funds will begin flowing in 2026. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Sorterra Technologies, Inc., an aluminum sorting company headquartered in the northeast Indiana town of Markle, has closed on a $45 million round of funding. The company plans to use the funding to expand its footprint with a new processing facility in Lebanon, Tennessee, just east of Nashville, and create about 40 jobs. The investment comes just 2 years after Sorterra closed on a $30 million Series C round of funding. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand. Whether it's healthcare innovation, major infrastructure, or global sports impact, Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick tells the stories of Indiana's groundbreakers and game changers. It's the must-listen show for business, civic, and community leaders across the state. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts or at ibjpodcast.com.
On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.